I am definitely going to drop this phone on my face at some point during filming this. Hello, curiosities. My name is Kiri Callaghan, and yes, I am lying between two giant chess pieces. It's day 2 of NaNoWriMo. Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Talk to me. Where is your mental place at this moment? Or are you still feeling driven? Because you're like on that beginner's high. You're like, yeah, I can do this. And you can. You're totally right. You can. If you're like me though, and you are feeling kind of stressed, maybe you should try out just having a little bit of a lie down. Stare up at the sky, your back on the ground, with your legs bent at a 90-ish degree angle, feet flat on the ground. Why? Because for some reason there's something about this position that helps our physiology, help our psychology, and we relax a bit. It's just sort of like soothing to us, and it's like, okay, I can feel my anxiety going down. Now, why am I anxious? It's not about the writing. The problem is NaNoWriMo always seems to fall on a time where it's just never great for me to do it. First of all, I'm not sure why it happens in November. November is not an unstressful time. If you work in any form of retail or anything that works towards the Christmas season, I personally, my day job has to do with movie distribution. So this is not a calm time for us, as you can imagine, especially because we're getting ready for all the pre-orders for Christmas, all that jazz. So it's a lot of go, 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 go. So why they decided, oh, let's make it November. Also, you're gonna, if you are in the United States, you possibly also spend Thanksgiving with your family. And if that's the case, it is going to take up a good chunk of your time. And you have to be around relatives, some of which you may not actually be that fond of, or they're just very stressful in general. So I am not entirely sure why they decided on November. Frankly, I feel like January would be a better month for this. I mean, it wouldn't start with an N, but National Novel Writing Month actually doesn't have November in it. But like January, it's like, okay, it's the new year, so you've got that whole, if you finish the book by then, the rest of your year just seems so much easier because, hey, you wrote a book already, like, right? The rest of the year is a piece of cake. If that makes any sense. I initially came out here to meditate because my day job is currently being very stressful right now. It'll be okay. I'm just enjoying nature on a giant chessboard in the middle of my work campus. And regardless where you are in your creative journey for the month, I wanted to make sure you had this sort of little tidbit of relax. And, you know, this is a good position to employ because you never know when during this process you need to just calm your anxiety. And just to keep in theme with just giving you little tidbit reminders about what to keep in mind while you're writing, since I am on a giant chessboard, it seems relevant to tell you to remember about conflict. Conflict is what creates story. And of course, yes, you're gonna have your overall, oh, my brain just died, arc of the story. But even when you're setting things up, there does need to be things of conflict going on, things that will change. Unless you, for some reason, want to be like, ah, this person literally had everything. It was perfect, it was great, and then they lose all of it. But even then, you gotta keep in mind, it's not actually perfect. Because if it was actually perfect, it wouldn't just all go to crap like that. King Lear, he's got so much going on for him at the very beginning, or at least it seems that way. So much that he's giving out the lands to his daughters about who loves him most. He's sitting pretty, but like, his mind is like kind of going, arrogance issues to start, like, even if he thinks he's on top of the world, we, the audience or the reader, we know better, right? Because your characters have to have flaws. So really, like, start thinking about those conflicts, like, how's that gonna cross them later? How's that gonna hinder them but help you? One of the things I heard from Ksenia Anske, which I loved, which was essentially when she's writing a book, she figures out, okay, who's my main character and what do they want more than anything in life? So when she figures that out, she goes, okay, how can I stop that from happening? And it sounds so terrible, but it's true. That's exactly what you do. You're like, okay, I'm gonna put this there, and they gotta overcome that. They gotta overcome that. Maybe they won't even get it at the end, but like, I loved that. I loved that very simple phrase of like, what can I do to stop them from getting it? Because we as the writers are kind of the real worst enemy of our protagonists. We are a vengeful god. Thank you so much for joining me on the chessboard. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe with your fellow creators. Press that little boop the little notification button if you haven't, so you make sure you're getting notifications every time I post a video. We're trying to do one a day through the month of November. Keeping up with NaNoWriMo. And oh, and if you get stuck, don't be afraid to join us on the Discord, which you will find in the link below. And I love you all, and you're amazing, and above all, stay curious, because again, curiosity fuels creativity.